Hello everyone, welcome you back for the piezoelectric sensing and as well as the actuation. Now here in this session we will try to discuss about the piezoelectric materials and also the actuation, how it can be done very easily. Now as the name suggests, that piezoelectric material, as we are already discussed in the very first module, the piezoelectric phenomena. Now that too, this it has been discovered especially in the 19th century. It was observed that certain material generates an electric charge when it is under the material is stressed. It is known as the direct effect. Alternatively, the same material would be able to produce a mechanical deformation if it is applied by means of an electric field. This is called as inverse effect. These are the two different effects that is there, especially in the case of the piezoelectric material. Now, the electricity phenomena is developed and applied in the sonar and as well as the quartz oscillation crystals. Now, there are a number of examples with respect to the piezoelectric materials. A very simple example with respect to the piezoelectric material is nothing but a PZT, which is called as the lead zirconate and as well as a titanate. The another one is nothing but which is called as the barium titanate. These are the two artificial, what we can say, the piezoelectric crystals which are having wider application. And along with this, there are some, what we can say, a naturally availed piezoelectric materials are also there, which is nothing but the quartz. These materials are not naturally occurring the piezo materials. Rather than, what we can say, the synthesized material, they must be electrically poled in order to exhibit the, what we can say, the significant polarization effect, or it may be a piezoelectric effect. In 1958, the synthetic quartz material became available, and now the piezoelectric material is being used even in the case of the MEMS and also the sensors and actuators. The thin piezoelectric material has been explored for the use of on the chips, or it may be acoustic transducer, or even the case of the pumps, valves, for the liquid and the particles, accelerometers, the speakers, or even the microphones and the mirrors and chemical sensors. So piezoelectric materials are having the major application, that too especially in the case of the sensors and actuators. The high strain constants, permittivity, and also the coupling constants are the major factor which is depicting the piezoelectric material. Now, the low mechanical quality factor, with respect to the high Curie temperature, extended its temperature range in the thermal stability. High charge output, useful for the sensing and as well as the devising in the case of the generator elements. The high strain output, useful for the large displacement and also the modest voltages. The use of the sensing materials is also having a major application, that especially in the musical pickups, or the vibration vortex and so on. These are having the major application in the case of the sensing in the MEMS. The piezoelectric materials are also used as an actuators in the case of the walls, or it may be in the positioning, or it may be the vibrating, or it may be in the AFMs. Now, the piezoelectric crystals, the constitutive equation which is relates with respect to the electrical polarization, which is nothing but a D, and the applied mechanical strain T is given by capital D is equal to small dt plus epsilon into capital E, where small d is nothing but a piezoelectric constant and capital E is nothing but the electric field. A stress, either it may be a tensile stress or it may be a compressive stress, is applied to the piezoelectric crystals will after a spacing between the, what we can say, the center of the positive or it may be a negative charged sides. Even, what we can say, the effects in the electrical field, what it has been generated, either it may be a positive electric field or it may be a negative electric field. What it is generating, it depends upon the type of the stresses. The net polarization manifolds the output circuit's voltage and as well as the measurable crystal surface. The compressive and as well as the tensile stresses will generate the electric field and hence the voltage of opposite polarity. Now, the invisively an external electric field will exert a force between the centers of the positive and as well as the negative charges. That leads to a elastic strain and a change in dimension that depending upon the what we can say the field polarity. The field polarity plays the role with respect to the change in strain. The piezoelectric effects are strongly orientation dependent. The notation and as well as the convention of the crystals and orientation within the context with respect to the piezoelectric polarization are discussed in the further slides. Now here the direction of the positively polarization is customarily chosen to the coinciding with the z-axis of the rectangular system crystallographic axis XYZ. Alternatively, the normal stresses components along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis are denoted by means of 1, 2 and 3 respectively. As such, the polling axis always coincide with the axis 3. Now, here what we are discussing is with respect to the piezoelectric actuator model. Now, the piezoelectric actuator model, here in this case, the deflection of the two-layer piezoelectric structure can be described by a formula. Before going to the what we can say the actuator model, here there are some assumptions it has to be made. This is common in most of the what we can say the materials. The induced stress and as well as the strain is only in one axis, along the axis 1 only, that is especially in the longitudinal axis of the cantilever. The cross section of the beam originally plane and perpendicular to the beam and remains plane perpendicular to the resulting curvature axis, or it may be a curved axis. Even after deformation also, the beam axis remain plane and perpendicular. The beam maintains a constant curvature throughout the beam. The shear effects which has been creating because of the what we can say the deformation between the top layer and as well as the bottom layer is neglected or negligible. The beam curvature due to the intrinsic stresses may be ignored. The beam thickness is much less than that of the piezoelectric induced curvature. The second order effects such as the influences of the D33 and also the electrostriction are ignored. The Poisson's ratio of the isotropic material remains same. See now here this is a beam which is nothing but a cantilever beam. One end of the cantilever beam is fixed. The top layer is nothing but a piezoelectric layer. The bottom layer is nothing but the elastic layer. As we know that the cantilever beam is loaded at the free end only. Once if the loading is done, automatically the deformation is taking place. The deformation what it is taking place, which is in the form of a curvature, where the phi is the radius, phi is the angle of the curvature and r is the radius of the curvature. By the equation, what we can say, the basic equation mb by I is equal to sigma by y is equal to E by r. By using that equation, the beam bending into an arc when the piezoelectric layer is subjected to a longitudinal strain S long, and the radius of curvature can be found out by using the equation.